We're back again. It's 3 Up, 3 Down. We're breaking down last week's Week 2 action at VA Raptor out there on a pleasant Saturday afternoon at Gosnell's Hope Park. And then we'll be looking forward to the Week 3 games. And here we are. I just got this in that this is a milestone episode for the crew. Episode number 30. Yeah, I'm plugged into the producer.
30 episodes. Hot damn.
I thought the producer quit.
So you think. I still got a line in.
30 episodes. Wow.
Yeah, no producer, no direction. Therefore you get a big possible Manti movie storyline breakdown.
Giant
in episode 29.
Yeah. It just ran off the rails.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
So let's get back on the rails, shall we?
Yes.
We shall.
Alright, we started off Week 2. Pop played the Bad News Beers. They scored an 11-4 win, about what you'd expect from that high-powered Pop offense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Pop got shut out in their first game against Situation, but since then they've just been putting up runs. Yeah, I know they put up a lot on Jelly Friends the previous week in the victory there of their rivals, and this week they continued rolling on there. Yeah, but a little bit of, looks like Bad News. They scored a few runs on there, tacked on a couple. So, I mean, there's some positives there, I suppose. I didn't really hear a lot about this game.
I know some of those runs from Bad News Beers came from Troy Southall. While we were playing in our game, all of a sudden a red orb landed in our infield, and time was called, and you see Troy running around those bases and actually got a triple.
I remember the bases clearing triple.
Yes. I don't know how many bases he hath cleared, but it was a solid kick though.
They were previously full.
Oh, okay. Well, then 3 runs to Troy. Nice 3 RKIs there.
Man's a superstar.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way around it.
There just is. But Pop, they got their share of studs on that squad too. So putting up 11 against a Bad News Beers team that isn't, on paper is not a bad looking team. So it's a good win.
Not starting off so hot though. Bad News Beers 0-2 right now.
Are you talking about their attendance at Lucky's or their
Both.
schedule? Oh.
Both. Oh.
All right.
Well done. Alright. Okay.
That's good for a game that none of us had any fun in and had no stats or anything on us.
We knew about Troy. That's all.
Yeah. What else is there to know about?
Yeah.
How's that Troy Southall Tumblr going? Got plenty of good pictures on it?
It's set to private now. Certain state laws and regulations had to curtail who could access that.
What?
Don't worry about it. Alright, next game featured Jelly Friends, led by Eric the Bearded. If you didn't catch his pregame hype speech, it's available on the page. Also, it's soundtrack. Thank you, Mr. Wentworth. Yeah. But it was
copyright infringement intended.
He is a thespian of the degree of one Ray Lewis. For scripted pre and post game.
There's a lot of similarities between him and Ray Lewis.
It's the purple and black.
Yeah, the purple, black, the motivational speech, the long sword knife.
The history of stabbing. The history of stabbing.
And also leading them to victory against sometimes odds that are stacked against them.
Yeah, he fired him up. So what happened in this game, man? Is it still?
No, it's over now. It's Monday, so I've digested the loss. But you want to talk about somebody rallying the troops for Jelly Friends. And in the first couple innings, this was a really close game. We got on the board first. Took a 2-run lead, and Jelly Friends weren't going away, and you gotta like the consistency they brought during this game. They didn't get shaken up, stuck to their plan. A couple of things that attributed them to their success was Laura Schmidt. It was tied 3-3 going into the 4th inning, and they got some people on base, and Laura Schmidt comes up to kick, and this could have been one of the situations where if we could have got her out at first, it would have been a different story in that inning.
Right.
But, you know, I don't know if the bases were loaded or if she got one RKI in, but a solid bunt down the first baseline, was able to outbeat the throw, and brought up the next person on to get those RKIs in. So it was really good job by her. Brandon Silver on our end tried a bomb of a kick. We had the wind going to the left to right towards right field. So Silver finds his gap, kicks a boot down the right field line, starts cutting back in the wind. Mimi Gill able to track the ball down, locate it with the wind, push it to the left, and she was able to make the catch, which definitely saved them a run or two on Jelly Friends. But
yeah, you talked about Laura Schmidt, and that's someone who I know at least one time last fall we talked about her on the podcast. She's a good, underrated girl in this league. I don't think she gets the credit she deserves when it comes to like all peninsula voting and stuff. So not surprising that she came up with a big play there. And then Mimi Gill, I think she's very much improved from years past, because I know she robbed me in a game last fall too. So
That's what playing on kick-ass will do for you.
it's like going to training camp. Right?
she definitely has increased her skills in the outfield position.
So the lady's shining through for the Jellies. That's good.
Like William Wallace at the Battle of Stirling Bridge, using his superior tactics to overcome a foe that was maybe a little overconfident coming in, like the English army.
The next one would be like the Battle of Falkirk, though.
Thank you.
Yeah, you like that.
I did.
Yeah, I got it. That's the one where William Wallace lost.
Yeah.
Because the nobles.
Yeah,
It
they
looked like
turned
they
on
were
him.
going to win, but then they lost.
They turned on him.
All right, and then rounding out the 1 o'clock hour, we had Just for Kicks versus the Peninsula Pounders. Ended in a 4-4 tie, as everyone was well aware of the weather. Little sloppy conditions, and this game really showed that with a lot of slip sliding around from everyone.
Yeah, and some slip sliding up here too. Some mental mistakes on both sides that were just uncharacteristic. I know we scored a run in the first inning, and then Just for Kicks came back and scored 3 runs. On 2 of them were on a Jesse Jones liner to the outfield that John Leneve, actually a rare drop for him. He misjudged it, ran in too far, slipped off his fingertips, slipped just underneath the diving Nathaniel Johnson, and then 2 runs come around to score. But then after the inning ends, it turns out that Brian Freed, who the captain of JFK, who McCoy Wood gave him some recognition on the Facebook page, it kind of comes up and says, "Hey, we actually had a guy kick out of order that inning." So we went back and looked at it, and at the point where the guy kicked out of order, that would have been the 3rd out. So that was the 3rd out, and it is what it is. Those 2 runs were wiped off the board, so it was 1-1 after 1. It was back and forth. Yeah, just errors, drop balls, drops at first base, just a goofy game between 2 teams that are like really, pretty talented, pretty experienced, pretty skilled. Just in the end, we deserved a tie.
It seems like a lot of times when you have the 2 good teams come in, they're supposed to play sound, fundamental kickball. If one is having a loopy game, the other one's going to have a loopy game too. I've never seen it where one good team is having the random game and the other one's playing top notch.
Yeah,
it's like you guys just follow suit.
I don't know what it was. We were just it just was a weird day for both teams, but it was fun. It's still good times.
I always like playing in the mud.
Good integrity move on Freed though to make that call when you have a win on the table. Well, projected win going that far into the game and come out there with your little moral conscience.
Well, yeah. That definitely. Not to say, but we were found out anyway in the next inning when we look at the lineup, because we exchanged lineups.
You actually look at those lineups when you exchange them?
Occasionally, yeah. Occasionally. Well, if we saw Bobby Pace come up again in the 2nd inning, that would have been a little bit fishy, because we're like, wait a second.
Wait a minute.
Wait a sec. You just bunted and got on last inning. What's up? But it's Yeah, it's just a bad break for them, but all in all, I think I'm looking forward to the next time we play them. Yeah, I'm hoping that both teams bring their A game because that's certainly wasn't it for either team. So, like I said, we both deserve to tie because neither one of us deserved to win.
Who did bring their A game that game, however, the ladies of the Pounders.
Yes.
A special shout out that Brent already gave online.
They
but I
saved
will
their
again. Yeah.
Nice.
Down 4-2 in the fourth. They put up those last 2 runs to tie the game. Plesha, Jill, Keisha, Alyssa, and then Emily Cook driving in the tying run. I remember Brent coming to her on the sideline and asking her if she was ready to be a hero, and this day she was.
This is your time. Your time.
Brent's attempt at firing up the team.
It worked, didn't it?
Yeah.
You need to do this shit.
Are you ready to be a hero? I don't.
That memory shines out for me from that game.
Yeah, I did forget that I'm motivated, so it's really I get credit for this win then.
Yeah.
Or tie. The not loss.
I get credit.
I get credit for not losing because I was the one who motivated her to be a hero.
We'll assign you that half a point. I'll fix the standings in the Google Doc for you.
All right.
All right.
Those are the 1 o'clock games.
Those are the 1 o'clock games. Let's come back. We'll talk about 2 o'clock games. There were only 2 o'clock games. Not nearly as exciting as that 4-4 tie.
Not at all.
But we'll get to those.
Like I have to get up after I do this.
Yeah. Yo, get up, bitch!
What kind of ghetto shit is this?
I always pause it before you